Welcome back, LHS. Of all the national holidays, today is one of my favorites, National Deep Dish Pizza Day. I quite like the margarita pizza. What do you like, Lex?
I'm more of a plain pepperoni kind of gal.
That's good too. Anyways, let's get right into the announcements. We have some pretty talented artists in Logan, and a lot of the time we don't get to see the projects that they've worked so hard on. Our talented LHS art students' work will be on display for all to see. This show will take place at the Bowen House until April 21st. Come on out and support our school's artists.
If you're enrolled in English 9 or English 10, I'm sure you know you have the ELA air test next Tuesday and Wednesday, April 9th and 10th. Those who are taking these classes will report at normal time, and students not scheduled to test but ride the bus will also arrive at normal time but will have a study hall until regular classes begin. If you don't ride the bus, then you should be grateful that classes won't start until 11:37 a.m., so you'll get an extra 2 hours of sleep.
Congratulations, freshmen! You've almost made it through an entire year of high school, and in return for all of that work, you've been given a dance. The freshman dance will be held Saturday, April 13th, from 8 to 10 p.m. in the cafeteria. Tickets will go on sale April 9th through the 12th, and make sure you pick one up. I hope everyone has a great time.
Tomorrow, April 6th, from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., the Kirkla Scholarship is having a craft show at St. Matthew Lutheran Church. On top of the craft show, there will be concessions and raffles. All proceeds will benefit the Kirkla Scholarship that is awarded every year to Logan High School seniors.
There's not a lot of perfect things in this life. Some of those things are Bob Ross and his paintings, mac and cheese, and a very few other things. Among those other things is Max Burns' ACT score. 0.2% or less than 2,700 out of 2 million people that take the ACT score a perfect 36. Max is among that small group of people. Here's an interview with Max Burns.
To prepare for the ACT, I took a lot of practice tests over like 4 years. Since 8th grade, I've been prepping for it, so quite a long time. It feels good to be part of such a select group, but still doesn't feel entirely real. Sometimes I worry that I'll wake up and see that I didn't actually get a 36, I don't know. In the future, I plan on attending either OU or MIT. Ideally MIT if they accept me, but we'll see about that. They only accept like 10% of people who get 36s, so it's a long shot. But I could go to OU for free with the score, so that would be perfect. No debt.
Autism, or autism spectrum disorder, is a broad range of conditions that are characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and nonverbal communication. According to the Centers for Disease Control, autism affects 1 in 59 children in the U.S. Last Tuesday, April 2nd, was World Autism Awareness Day. The month of April is World Autism Awareness Month. You're encouraged, along with people around the world, to come together and pledge to go blue to increase global understanding and acceptance of people with autism.
And now, Weatherman Dan.
Yeah. What's poppin', LHS? I'm Dan the Weatherman, and the Farmer's Almanac for the Ohio Valley says that we should be expecting some rain showers in the coming week, and it should get warmer. Friday will be rainy with a high of 61 and a low of 48. Saturday will be cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 46. Sunday will be rainy with a high of 74 and a low of 50. Monday will be rainy as well with a high of 69 and a low of 59. To wrap up the 5-day Schwartzcast, Tuesday will be cloudy with a high of 60 and a low of 51. Now here's the Chieftain PSA.
You never know what you might miss when you're distracted. It could cost you your life.
Welcome back, Chieftain Nation. I'm Wyatt Ellinger.
And I'm Logan Lilly.
With spring sports now in full swing, we have some stories for you. The boys' baseball team played Marietta at home last Tuesday. The final score was 12-1, but the boys weren't going down without a fight. Jacob Smart took the mound for 4 innings and Leighton Cassidy for 3. They fought hard, but it was no match for the Tigers' spectacular bunts. Nice try, boys.
Tuesday the 2nd was a rough night for the ladies softball team, facing off against Marietta. The ladies fought hard, hitting some ground balls here and there, but with Marietta's outrageous pitching power, they defeated the ladies 8-4. Better luck next time.
Saturday, March 13th, the Chieftain track team competed at the Rocky Boot Invitational, with the boys scoring 47 points to place the boys in 5th division, and the Lady Chiefs scored 50 points to tie Unioto for 6th. Zach Murray placed 2nd for the Chiefs in the 200-meter dash at 23.33 seconds, and Lainey Bainter finished 2nd in both the discus at 107 feet 6 inches and shot put with 37 feet and 5 inches. Great job, Chiefs.
A little change in pace for the boys tennis team on Tuesday against Unioto. With the last 2 weeks being clean sweep losses, they decided to change it up a little bit with a clean sweep win against the Unioto Shermans, 5-0. Great job, guys. Good luck next week.
That's all the sports we have you this week. I'm Wyatt Ellinger.
And I'm Logan Lilly.
Now here's a TV2 news story.
If you have traveled from Logan to Lancaster, you probably noticed the town of Rockbridge. But what you probably didn't notice is where it got its name. It's named after the natural rock bridge that's located roughly a mile away in the Rockbridge Nature Preserve. We talked to ODNR naturalist Pat Quackenbush to find out more.
Well, Rockbridge State Nature Preserve, and it is that. It's not a regular state park, it is a state nature preserve, which means it gets a little extra level of protection because it's a unique and delicate area. Rock bridges or arches occur throughout Ohio, but Rockbridge is the largest one in Ohio. And our sandstone here, the Blackhand sandstone that you find in the area here in the Hocking Hills area, is easily eroded. But it erodes in weird shapes because it's very inconsistent. You have soft layers, hard layers. So what happens is the water kind of got behind a really hard layer of the stone, and it dug its way out and under and left behind that beautiful arched walkway, as a lot of people like to say, although we don't necessarily recommend you walk across the rock bridge. But it leaves behind that beautiful little arch. But it took literally millions of years to get it to where it is today. Well, the history of the Rock Bridge, to really understand it, you have to go back almost 250 million years in the initial formation of the hills here. Those types of formations begin eroding out and being created at that time. But as Rockbridge progressed, it became a famous location. Even back in the 17 and 1800s, visitors would come there and they would enjoy it. They would have picnics there, etc. And as time went by, we realized in the Ohio Department of Natural Resources that there were also some very delicate plants and things that are associated with that unique environment. So it was protected in the late 1960s as a state nature preserve. But it's got quite a long history in the area. You know, the Rock Bridge is about 61 feet long, and from top to bottom, it depends on where you're looking at the arch, but it's around 35 to 40 feet off the stream at the bottom. And what's kind of cool about the Rock Bridge is it's a work in progress. We tend to look at it, and it's been that way for a long, long time, and we say, wow, that's really cool, but what a lot of people don't realize is there's still water flowing underneath, and it is still forming. So I suppose you could retake that measurement about once a year and get a slightly different measurement each year. Yeah, the sandstone that you find in the Hocking Hills is very unique. It's referred to as the Blackhand sandstone, and it comes from runoff. Our sandstone in general, the hills here, come from runoff out of the Appalachians. During a time they were lifting and the oceans were draining from this area. So we were the very edge of that drainage. So we got the weirdest materials that made it all the way here into the Hocking Hills. Because of that, this sandstone that you find here in this particular spot in Ohio is like nowhere else in Ohio. Literally, you drop down the road to Lake Hope or Stroud's Run, and that sandstone there is entirely different than what we have in the Hocking Hills. So when the geologists were looking for a name, what are we going to call this unique type of sandstone? What they noticed at the time were these gigantic black hands that the natives had painted on the cliff walls. They were marking their way to Flint Ridge up near Newark, Ohio, where they would collect massive amounts of flint to make knife blades and spear points and things like that. So the geologists were looking for a name for this unique sandstone, and they thought, makes sense, Blackhand sandstone. So that's where the name came from. So it's kind of in it, but it is very unique to the Hocking Hills.
So take some time to visit one of the most underappreciated landmarks in the Hocking Hills. Jacob Craig, TVT News.
A little April Fools from us here at TV2. Classes begin next week at 9:30 and not 11:30 on testing days.
All this talk has made me so hungry.
Good thing it's National Deep Dish Pizza Day. You can go grab a slice.
Will do. That's all we have for you today.
Have a great weekend. I'm Lexus Fickle.
And I'm Maya Burgraff from TV2 The Deuce.